All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Sports Esports Podcast. I'm your host William, and with me today I have Brock,
Hello.
and that's it, because Brian's a coward. No,
Yeah, he's not trying to face that.
no. He had to be somewhere today, so instead he's not here for us insulting CLG for losing. But let's make this.
He's heard it enough this season.
He's heard it enough. I I won this year. I sadly did not beat High or Mark Z like previously in Summer Split of 2018. You can see we beat me and Brian both beat Mark Z and Jat. So it wasn't as good this year. Mark Z went on a tear to end from week 5, 8-2, 7-3, 10-0, 8-2, 7-3. That's insane. And props to him for that. But I won between us three though, and that was that. And then he came back and beat High as well, which he was way behind High. But yeah, I came back, I won, and now I've won both EU and NA. I win LPL by default. Now I just got to beat you in LCK and LMS, Brock. I got to go for the 5-peat.
Yeah, I feel like my LCK's kind of let me down a little bit.
I wouldn't say so. Like I said, I've had 3 perfect weeks, but all of those perfect weeks you've had 1 loss in. We've both been just crushing it.
Yeah, those LCK, man. But these reasons are just so difficult to predict. And the fact that you're getting perfect weeks and I'm only 1 loss in some of these weeks is kind of insane.
Yeah. But let's get
This
right
season,
into NA.
yeah, I was about to say this season's been a season that makes no sense.
Yeah, for sure. Especially some of the LPL. I'm shocked by how high of a win rate I have in there. There's some major upsets constantly. All right, first game. We're going to do the games quickly today because we have a lot to get through, and we have to get through it kind of quick because we're kind of late. First was Golden Guardians versus Optic. Golden Guardians destroyed Optic this game, the whole game through, and Golden Guardians, after 2 10th place finishes, they clinched a playoff spot with this win. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, I'm glad Frogman has shown a lot more than he did in the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah,
I was a hater.
Me too. In the second, they're like, you know what, Froggen? Play what you want. Play that Karthus mid, even though that's not really good right now. Play Anivia. Yep. And it all worked. Now he's even doing well on Lissandras and like meta picks. It was awesome. I'm so happy for Golden Guardians to be in the playoffs. Yep. Quickly, game number 2 was Echo Fox versus Team Liquid. Echo Fox beat Team Liquid. I'm upset at you for this one, Brock, because I thought this was going to happen, but then you're like, nah, it's Rush. It's Rush jungling against Xmithy. And I'm like, you're right. Xmithy's really smart, and like Rush is not, does make some really dumb plays often. Xmithy should be able to get this. And look what happened. Xmithy fed completely. 6 deaths.
Xmithy did not have a good game.
I blame you for that. You cursed him.
No, that doesn't make sense at all. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if anyone should have fed, maybe Impact or Core JJ possibly, but Xmithy feeding makes no sense.
Yeah, what's with the 9.5 ergot, by the way? It's stupid. I mean, I get, like, my explanation is Liquid's experimenting with stuff, like the ergot, and Xmithy doesn't play the Rek'Sai. Xmithy, I've previously said he doesn't like Rek'Sai, but it got buffed, so you kind of have to play it, you know? But, yeah. But you don't want to know what didn't get buffed? Ergot. Well, he got buffed at 9.6, to be fair. He did get buffed at 9.6, but this is 9.5. Terrible pick. And, I mean, I guess it didn't matter, but this was huge for Echo Fox. This was absolutely huge for them.
You got a lot of momentum.
Yeah, a lot of momentum, like, seriously. Next was Clutch Gaming versus TSM, and Clutch Gaming absolutely thought they were going to do good with Cody-san, by the way. Yep. Cody-san comes out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, thank God. I know there's a lot of memes and a lot of hate towards Cody-san. Cody-san last year I thought was the second best ADC in NA. I got flamed for that before, but just straight up stat wise, he was like the second best ADC in NA. Just honestly, and I don't know what happened within the organization, but I'm just glad to see him at least. I didn't even know he was on Clutch Gaming's academy team, to be honest. Was he, or did he just like get picked up? I've never even heard of that.
No, I'm pretty sure he was on their academy team.
I just had never heard about it, and then I just see him. I'm like, wait a minute, Cody-san's in this game? I was so excited. He played well. He went 1-1-1. He didn't do too much, but I mean, he had Lyra as a jungler, so you can't do too much with that anyway. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Huni on the Vayne top. You want to know what you pick Vayne top into? Not Akali.
You know who you pick Vayne top into? Pretty much nothing. Probably just don't play Vayne top.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you want to know what you do?
Like,
Tanks. What's not in the meta right now? Tanks.
and it's not even so much what you should pick Vayne top into. You know what you shouldn't give Huni? Anything that's not Rumble at this point. Because
And-
he still feeds on Rumble, but at least he can toss his ult down before he dies.
And not Huni's been having a better Cassiopeia as well. His Cassiopeia is disgusting. You want to know what you don't give Huni though? The ability to roll in.
Oh god, oh man, I don't know what happened to Huni. I really don't.
I have no idea either. I love Huni. And it's been 2.5 splits now because he kind of fell off in Spring Split as well, 2018. But it's been like 2.5 splits.
Like, not to pander on this game for too long because we are trying to do this quick, but you know what's weird to me is it kind of seems like everyone keeps saying how NA is such a bad region. NA's this, NA's that. People from any region come over and stomp. A lot of people need to understand that it's not the player that's in NA, that's in like Korea and LCK and all that. It's the teamwork they have. Like, just because Huni comes in good, Bang comes in good, you still have to have teamwork, and that's what LCK does better than these other regions.
Yeah.
Except for the good.
LPL.
Yeah, exactly. But like, this shows you in NA, it's a lot harder for one person to solo carry. Like, if you don't have good teamwork, and that's what like Liquid is so good at. Like, even when Liquid's behind in some of these games, you just wait. You just wait, and their teamwork is a lot better than most of these teams.
Yeah. That's why they dominated so much at the beginning of the split. For beginning of the split is in the first 15 games of an 18. The first 85% of the split.
Hey, let's not let week 4 go down in vain. All right, that was week 4 was the beginning of TSM.
Yeah, and that is true.
And then they went right back to dominating again. But week 4 started this TSM thing.
I thought you were gonna say it was the beginning of the downfall of Liquid. I'm like, well, yeah, and then they won like 8 games in a row after that.
Yeah, and then they just won, week 5, 6, 7. It's fine.
Start of 8, but
start of 8.
Yeah, this game was between C9 and FlyQuest. C9 was they pulled out the Morgana mid. I was very interested in seeing that. But yes, this game was a domination game from start to finish. FlyQuest did not look like any match for C9, which is good to see from C9 as they've also been struggling a little bit, not too much. Licorice on the Ornn was actually good. It's very rare to see a good Ornn at the moment, but. Yeah, C9 clinched second place with this victory. All around great dominating performance. 12k gold lead by 24 minutes. Can't get easier than that.
Yep. Another good thing about Ornn is you really get to see who your Ornn player likes the most. Because I don't see an upgraded Ludens for Mister, but I see an upgraded Infinity Edge for Snicky.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So that's nice.
Game number 4, we had CLG versus 100 Thieves Academy plus Bang.
Exactly. 100 Thieves Academy.
Plus Bang. And yeah, it went about as well. 100 Thieves Academy is just about as good as 100 Thieves starting roster, apparently. They started out okay. They did take a dragon, and they had like the first 2 kills, and I was like, oh no, CLG, what are you doing? What are you doing here? But they pulled through at the end. 6-8, they all dominated, and this gave CLG the chance to at least play for a playoff spot with Echo Fox in day number 2.
Yeah, you know what's super good here about this play by the C9 Academy team? You know the one thing that happens
Academy?
a lot? I'm sorry, 100 Thieves Academy team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happens a lot? You know there's that objective, that Baron objective, that people tend to throw into? Didn't happen this game.
Yeah.
But there's also another thing that happens. Getting backdoored. Now, when you get backdoored by a minion wave you're currently taking because you teleported into a team fight and left the minion wave alone, that's probably not good either. Thank God the top laner on Akali was literally clearing the minion wave, and it was the siege minion.
Yeah.
Big old minion.
Yep.
Leaves that, teleports to Baron.
Does
and
nothing.
Does nothing.
Oh, that sums up 100 Thieves for the year.
So bad. Oh my god, so bad. I'm
Uh,
done with that game.
Next, we had Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest. We saw Cho'Gath. I love Cho'Gath, and he did good. Except, I don't think he was like really the reason they won so much. But you know,
Hey, that's a 6-2 Cho'Gath,
seven
man.
and two, 7-2.
Oh yeah, 7-2. I wasn't. Yep,
Yeah,
7-2.
yeah, but I don't know. I think let's look at the damage done. He did 13k damage. Eh,
There you go.
eh.
Hey, as long as that 13k damage is done to Wild Turtle or the
That's
Fed
true.
person, that's
True.
fine.
Not that I should be complaining about tank's damage, but like I don't. I love Cho'Gath. I think he's only slightly viable in the meta. He's like the tank standing behind Sion. Like I can still kind of be played here, where the rest of
Yeah.
them are dead. They've been killed. Like,
Yeah, I think the only tank who like has somewhat of a chance to do something is like situational Poppy.
oh
Because
yeah,
Poppy's the tank who is a tank, but somehow will find a way to
you.
outdamage your AD carry for no reason.
Poppy has stupidly high base damage.
Yeah, can we?
She falls off, but the first like 20 minutes, you're like, is she an assassin?
You know the worst problem about that is, like you said, Poppy falls off, but as soon as her damage falls off, her tank pops up.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like,
yeah.
the damage stopped, so that's good. Now let's all 5 of us plus Baron and Elder beat on this Poppy for an hour and a half.
She gets tankier than Cho'Gath, honestly. Like she
It
gets
doesn't make
so
sense.
tanky.
I don't know where it comes from.
I don't play enough Poppy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that one little ball you dropped that gave you that shield. Does that do something else too that I don't know about? Because I thought it was just a shield. Clearly, it's a 300% damage reduction.
But yeah, Golden Guards was able to win this game to force a tiebreaker with FlyQuest. Next was Echo Fox versus CLG. Oh no.
Brian, I hope you're watching, bud.
Brian told me he had specifics for me to say here. He wants the people to know he's upset. Not about losing picks, but because CLG gave him a last glimmer of hope and then dunked it in his face.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, that's a direct quote from Discord. Oh man,
Oh,
look at this.
man.
They had a 4K gold lead consistent for 6 minutes. And they're like, eh. And this was
good, man.
Fox had the pentakill with the Jinx. I knew someone had the pentakill with Jinx. It was Echo Fox against CLG had the pentakill with Jinx. The very end of the game. Yeah. Darshan went 2-8. What a way to end the year. What a way.
Oh my god,
That is
man.
the CLG way. Is give Brian hope right here. Look at all these kills, objectives. They're getting kills and objectives. That's how you win the game. Everything is perfect. Nope.
So sad.
Just kidding. We're gonna lose a team fight to Jinx, and that is where I'm telling you, man. Jinx is the most broken. I think Tom Kenji Ash is the most broken duo lane, but as an individual level, Jinx is the most broken ADC right now. She wins almost every single game.
Yeah.
Next, we had C9.
That's so sad.
It is very sad. Next, we have C9 versus Clutch Gaming. This was C9 Academy team, by the way, and they dismantled Clutch Gaming. You had Piglet in the mid lane. You had Cody Sun ADC. By the way, that happened last game as well. I don't think I mentioned that. I mentioned Cody Sun, but I didn't mention that Piglet was in mid. I don't know why they're not putting him on the Aurelia because it was banned, obviously, William. Duh. But why not put him on something like Yasuo or something? Come on, like. Piglet's known for just going in. Karthus is the opposite. I mean, he goes in and dies, I guess, but like he doesn't. There's no mechanical outplays there. What Piglet likes. But yeah, this was another game where the Jinx got fed. She got three kills in the first 5 minutes of the game. You're not winning that game.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where like in Champ Select I saw the Lucian into the Gangplank and I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be rough for this guy. He didn't die.
He did
Like,
die.
Clutch Gaming did a terrible job of prioritizing that lane because that should have 100% been the lane you prioritize. Because Karthus and Lissandra, they're just going to farm it out. Early game, Xayah, Rakan, you're not worried about Jinx, Braum.
Yeah,
You
I was,
needed.
I was like, wait a minute. I thought you were gonna say Xayah
Yeah.
Rakan wasn't strong early. I'm like, hold up.
Oh no. Like they had no reason to worry about Jinx
Yeah.
Braum. Like you pick that, they pick that knowing that that's who they want fed. They're going to get that Lucian fed. You got the Cleaver, you got all these other crazy items that's going to just run through this non-tank comp, and they didn't do it. They didn't do anything. Nothing happened.
Yep, they did nothing. I hate that. That's why I like the LPL. Those teams go out with a fight. It might look bad because they went out, but at least they went out fighting. NA and LCK with the bottom teams in the LCK, they sit and do nothing. They just lose the. You know how boring it is to watch one team just win a game while the other team does nothing, and then watch that times like 30 over the course of this entire season. Every single game I've watched, like, it gets boring and it's annoying to watch. That's why I praise the LPL so much, because at least I'm going to get an excitement and possibly a throw. Like, some teams win by 10k gold down by just, they're proactive. They actually go take a fight even if it's not in their best interest. They just, they try something.
Not in that.
Next we had TSM versus Team Liquid. Yikes. Impact, first game on Vlad, didn't look too hot. I think Vlad just needs to be banned from Team Liquid in general. Double doesn't play very well. Impact doesn't play very well now, apparently. Maybe Jensen? Let's not try it.
Yeah, maybe. See, for me, it's... Vlad doesn't fit into Team Liquid's playstyle, like, at all. Like,
you think
maybe
it would,
late game Vlad, like full items Vlad, because that's just, you're going in, but you have to passively get there. And that's just not something that Liquid does.
No, they don't. I mean, like, they're known as being slower, but they actually do have the fastest time in NA. But they don't dominate as much as they should. But at the same time, they don't go play through top lane. Like, Smithy's not playing through the top lane to save the Vlad and protect the Vlad. They're playing through double it, then Core JJ on the bottom, or through Jensen in mid, because those are their two carries.
Yeah.
And it was just an ugly game.
I was watching this game with a buddy of mine, and whenever TSM picked Akali, I'm like, oh no. TSM's trolling. Here we go. And then they pick Kendra, and I'm like, oh god, please no. And then they pick Zillion. I'm like, what is happening right now? What is going on? I don't understand. And then it was, well, I mean, another big thing that happened was someone I don't usually give credit to, but Jensen solo killed Bjergsen.
Yes.
You very rarely see solo kills, and you very rarely see solo kills on Bjergsen, Jensen. Like, usually these mid laners don't get soloed. And he soloed. That was really good. And there was one play I actually want to say, because I was literally calling it out because we were watching this game. As Team Liquid was in their base, there was like 4 times where TSM was grouped together. All 5 of them were just standing next to each other, and Jensen never ulted. I'm like, you picked this team comp for a reason. You want Jarvan, Orianna combo, and he never ulted. Yeah, and Vlad. I was calling it out. Because Doc was like, I don't know, I think TSM's going to get this one. I'm like, just wait. I'm telling you, that Orianna ult is going to crush TSM. And there were so many times I was sitting there waiting for it, and it didn't happen.
Never happened.
I was like, wow. He still has ult.
Double checking it, like maybe he used it.
Yeah, I was like, what happened? When did he use it? And if I'm not mistaken, I think he missed his last ult.
Did he? I don't remember. Yeah, it was ugly, but it won me. It won me the league, you know. So I needed TSM. I needed Team Liquid to lose this, or I would have tied Brian again on the final. That's how he beat me last year, by the way. Is he tied me on the desperation picks on week 9, and then he beat me in the tiebreakers the next day. Where this year, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh god, if Team Liquid just beats TSM, then we're gonna go to tiebreakers again. I don't want to do that. But we didn't. I won. It's over.
Yep.
Next,
All over now.
this game also, I mean, that also the Team Liquid TSM game didn't mean anything for either team, but this game
Uh-huh.
also didn't mean anything for either team with Optic versus 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves Academy still looks pretty bad.
It was it was good for 100 Thieves to know that there wasn't anything on the line in this, so they just gave up and let them win. That was really good of them. I
Yeah,
didn't want a 30-minute game.
yeah, it was nice. Thank you, 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
They lost to
That was,
Twitch. You lost to
yeah,
Twitch.
you pick Nunu, feed your ass off. Pick the Rise, feed your ass off. Pick Jack's top lane and literally do nothing. That was nice. Although Silas, take a look at that build real quick.
Oh, yeah. No Lich
And you
Bane.
know, yeah, you know what that little blasting wand builds into?
Lich Bane?
Lich Bane. You know what it doesn't build into? Iceborne Gauntlet. Thanks, NA, for week 9 showing up and realizing you probably shouldn't build that item on Silas.
Oh, I love it. And then finally we have week 10. This or game 10. This was not. Actually, this was game 11 because this was the
Yeah.
tiebreaker. And FlyQuest, Golden Guardians had it and they threw it away. They didn't want side selection, I guess. Pobelter dominated. Maxi in the jungle for them. They showed up too. It was a last second emergency and he came up big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this series. I think these two teams are so equally matched. I think this is going to be a huge best of 5 series.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's going to be a fun one to watch.
All right, now let's quickly go over players of the week because we want to get through this fast. Top laner of the week was TSM Broken Blade, KDA of 11, CSM 8.8, damage percentage of 32.5, and a DPM of 557. Jungler of the week, never thought I'd say this. I think I might have said it last week, but I don't remember. Jungler is Echo Fox's Rush, KDA of 11.5, the average assist 10.5, and DPM of 212. Mid lane of the week was TSM Bjergsen. Had a KD of 14, damage percentage of 24.4, and a DPM of 411. ADC of the week. Never in a million years would I thought I would say this one. C9 Keith.
Hey.
KDA of 16, CSM of 9.8, damage percentage of 32.2, and a DPM of 545. And let's bring up the support of the week, C9 Diamond, for one game in his LCS career, and he's support of the week for me. And KDA, perfect. Average assist of 13 and a vision score per minute of 2.03. Need to work on that vision a little bit, but he carried enough with the Jinx anyway. On the Braum.
Hey, man, like we say in Gold and lower Elo, visions, they're just spoilers. It's fine.
Oh man. And then we can briefly talk about our end of the season power rankings. Mine's boring as shit. Look at the standings, look at my ranking. I think the standings played out exactly how it should have been at the end of the year with Echo Fox, at least. I hated on Echo Fox all year, but they showed up 4-0 in the last 2 weeks, and that's why they deserve 6. Brock, talk about TSM number 1.
TSM number 1? I mean, week 4, going into week 4, TSM was like not even close to what you would expect from TSM.
No.
Yeah, no, they were 1-4, right?
No. Going into week 4, they would have been like 3-3 or 4-2. I don't remember. No, they were 2-4. You're right, 2-4.
Yeah, 2-4. And then the win against Liquid it didn't do anything to Liquid because obviously Liquid still run out up to like day 2 of week 8. But it really showed life from TSM. They beat everyone except for C9. But yeah, I mean, for me, you still think that Liquid wasn't trying in that game. But for me, whenever you build a team comp based around something, for me that's trying. And I don't know. Since TSM beat Liquid in week 4, this game was the only game other than that we got to see TSM versus Liquid. True. And they beat them again.
True.
So and obviously, you can put Liquid number 1. They should be number 1. But
you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You've been waiting for this all year.
I've been waiting to put Liquid out of first place for so long. You don't understand. But yeah, that's the only reason. If I was to be like, if you beat a champion, you're the champion. Obviously, they're not, the upper echelon like Liquid and Cloud9, but In order to be the champion, you have to beat the champion, and they did it twice. And for me, I can't definitively say that TSM doesn't have Liquid's number like Clutch had TSM's number last year. Because those are the only 2 games we got to see. So it's interesting for me more than anything. What I'm very interested in is when they play again. If unbiased, if they play again.
Mm-hmm. I think
TSM does have to go through it.
TSM scares me the most out of any teams as a Liquid fan. They scare. I honestly like. I've brought up multiple times that I think that it's very hard to get motivated. Not that they don't necessarily try in the game. My sense is that when Team Liquid strategy, go 3K down, absorb, and then team fight to win.
Yeah.
So I saw this on the analyst desk. So like other teams are getting better, other teams are getting like stronger. I disagree. Against Team Liquid, I disagree. I think it's this. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. They sealed first place. The games don't matter. Down 3K, GG go next. Scrim mentality is what I thought that the games on stage were going for. I could be wrong. I wasn't wrong last year, but I could be wrong this year. But in my head, that mentality of being 3K down and okay, let's focus, let's get some team fights in, and let's win the game, doesn't take effect if the games don't matter.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion. Where so I still think Team Liquid will go 6-0 to 6-1, depending who is in the finals. I think if C9 goes to the finals, Team Liquid goes 6-0 in the playoffs and goes to MSI. I think if TSM is in the finals, I say 6-1, possibly 6-2, but I'm gonna stick with 6-1. But I could be wrong. That's how I really think it. I think this team's gonna. People are down on them right now, but I think that they'll be totally fine in the playoffs.
I think Liquid's gonna be fine. And like, if Liquid plays against TSM, like for Echo Fox, it's hard to say it without sounding completely biased. I don't think TSM is gonna have much of an issue. But if Liquid plays against TSM, honestly, being completely unbiased, if you ban out Vin's Lucian, I don't necessarily think Liquid's going to have much of an issue. Because I think Jensen is good enough to not win mid lane or lose mid lane, more like control mid lane. Because Bjergsen and Jensen are just so good. Like, they're good enough to not win nor lose that lane. It's going to be I'm going to farm here, I'm going to poke you, now I'm going to farm, I'm going to poke you out, and then it's just back to the same base. I do think Sven has showed that not necessarily having Double Lift's number, but he can do two Double Lift what other ADCs can't while he's on Lucian. Mm-hmm. So I think if you ban that away, I think Double Lift could possibly have a free lane.
I just want to bring up Dr. CrossFit said that I'm wrong, and because they've gone 0-2 versus TSM, so there are no hard facts to support your statement. True. However, I will bring up last summer split when they also lost in the last game of the season to TSM, and me and Brock had this. This is like deja vu. We had this exact same argument in summer split last year when TSM beat Team Liquid in the final game, and I said it didn't matter, and you're like, no, it did matter, and then Team Liquid went on to destroy in playoffs again. However,
it matters to me, damn it.
They did not face TSM in playoffs, however, but I still am, like you just said, like I think that Double will have a free lane against Ven. They did. My only concern is Impact against Broken Blade has lost 2 times now, and that is my red flag of the series, but I think Core JJ, I know Smoothie's been playing excellently, but I think Core JJ is on another level than that, and that he will be able to shut down Smoothie shot calling with his own shot calling, and Double Lift will outskill Sven. Bjergsen and Jensen will stalemate in the middle pretty much, and it's up to Xmithy to be the better jungler, in my opinion. And
that's against Acadian. I mean, Acadian has done some decent stuff. I mean, he's good, but yeah, as long as Xmithy's not on Rek'Sai, I think we might be fine.
Yeah, apparently, I know that Xmithy didn't like Rek'Sai, but like, I guess he just really does not. He's not good at the champion.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Honestly, I don't want TSM versus Liquid. I don't want to see tanks. I want
I
a
do. I
brawl.
do.
And all I don't want no tanks. Well,
If
Classic
there's
Pilots,
tanks,
no.
if there's tanks, Brock, you know Team Liquid wins.
No, I don't want to see it, man. I don't want to see it. I want blood. I want Bjergsen on Zed and I want Jensen on Yasuo. Not just because they counter Yasuo, but just because I want blood. I'm out for blood this week.
I want Sion. I want Cho'Gath. I want Maokai.
And viewers need to understand. He doesn't want those top lane. He wants those top, mid, jungle, ADC support. He wants nothing but tank.
Oh man, a 5-tank meta? That sounds like the greatest team fighting meta ever. No one would die.
No, now I'm curious. Now, if you had 5 tanks, let's just say you have 5 tanks. You pick whichever ones you want. Doesn't matter. How long? All right, here we go. Let's play this out just for a second before we move on. You have 5 tanks on your team. All right?
Mm-hmm.
You're, let's say 50 minutes into a game.
50 or 15?
50.
50, got it.
One team just aced the other one, but instead of ending, they decided to take Baron. How long is that Baron going to take? Because you got to think.
Do they have Cho'Gath? Do they have Cho'Gath?
We're pretty much basing this off of Sunfire damage. Because 5 Sunfire capes is what's going to take down that Baron.
So you have Zac. You have like Zac Maokai. What's tanks that don't do damage? If you build them tank, Malphite. If you build them tank.
My guess is there's going to be 3 smites before that Baron's taken.
Oh man, that's my dream meta right there. I love tanks.
Please, God, no.
I'd get the challenger in that meta. No one would be playing anymore, so I'd get the challenger for free. Okay, let's move on to those are our end of season rankings. We'll do quickly our standings that we did previously with the LEC. And if you didn't watch the LEC podcast, this is where I went this afternoon or this evening, I should say, and took all of our predictions. So these are all of our predictions throughout the year and how taking them, if we were to say go 90-0, this is how our standings would have looked. So first off, I picked Team Liquid to go 17-1. I only picked them to lose 1 game. Brian picked them to go 18-0, by the way. So
get out of here, Brian. What's wrong with
you? Not the biased fan. Also, Brock, congratulations. Since we've been doing this, you are the first person not named me to finally get a perfect team.
Hey, let's go.
Golden Guardians was perfect for you. You picked them at 9-9, and they went 9-9.
Big yikes.
I also had a perfect team with Clutch Gaming. I went 5-13. But yeah, we're just gonna briefly talk about these because there's some weird ones I want. Brock, you had TSM at 14-4 at number 1. Makes sense. You also had Team Liquid at 11-7. A little. Also, speaking of this, Brock, when I was going through this, as of week 4, you had Team Liquid in 9th place.
Well deserved.
This is when they were 7-1.
This isn't biased. What are you talking about? This is not a biased podcast.
You had them at 2-6 after the first 4 weeks.
This is not a biased podcast.
I think their only win was against CLG and someone else, like Optic or something.
Look, hey, because Liquid doesn't show enough, that's not on me. That's on Liquid. They need to show a little bit more.
One thing I did want to talk about is our embarrassing 100 Thieves predictions. Oh my god. We needed to get off that hype train so much quicker, Brock.
Bro, I'm going to act like I never even saw that train. I'm getting nowhere close to that train.
God, you picked them 10 times. You picked them for a positive record.
Bro, are you kidding me? Look what their team was coming into the season. It was a good-looking team.
True. In your defense, you picked them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the first 4 weeks out of your 10. So you only picked them 3 times in the second half of the split.
Yeah, I'm done with them.
Done with them. So we just didn't get up. We were on the train a little too. We were first class passengers on that train.
Yeah,
especially
I need to bring back relegation.
If I want to bring this up, you picked 100 Thieves to win the season.
No, I don't think that happened.
I think that's right there. That's a preseason pick. I picked him in second. I did pick him in second, so I'm just as guilty. I'm just as guilty.
Brian picked him third. We're all not good at this. I need more information. I need to be able to know what happens at the final week before I do my week one
Got
prediction.
it. Got it. I'll make sure to get that right on that for you.
Yeah, next season we know.
Yeah, that was bad. Any other, I have to apologize to Echo Fox. I was a very week going into week 8. I was a very proud Echo Fox hater. They were in last place. They were tied with 100 Thieves. Sorry for burping in the mic there, but they were in last place, tied with 100 Thieves. I thought they were worse than 100 Thieves. They looked god awful, and I had been hating on this team for the entire year. Like pretty much since the beginning. I picked them to finish ninth to start this year, and immediately went to 10th once I saw Optic do well in the first week. So, well, outside of CLG, they were kind of down there too. But I only picked Echo Fox to win one game this year. I'm sorry. You guys deserve better. By 7 games I missed by. That's a big difference. Brock, you also only
Yeah.
picked them 3 times, though. And Brian only picked them 4 times. It's tough because they were so bad for 7 weeks.
Yeah.
They were really bad.
It's not good.
So, like, they don't win those 4 games at the end of the year. We all look pretty okay on the Echo Fox pick. Like, I would be 3 off still, but, like, you would have only been 1 off, and Brian would have only been Brian would have been dead even, actually. So, like, we had the idea. We just didn't think it was for real when they won last week. I've at least me personally, I didn't think it was for real. They beat 100 Thieves. Doesn't count as a real win. And they beat C9. I thought C9 just kind of choked the game. It wasn't like so. I thought going into Team Liquid, which I know that game didn't matter for Team Liquid. I just thought, like you said, you convinced me that Smithy would outsmart Rush, but no, he did not. And
No,
then,
he really didn't.
and then I should have realized that CLG was going to take a lead and choke it and make sure that for maximum heartbreak. I should have realized that. That's on me. But
Yeah,
yeah.
he really didn't.
All right. So with that, we will go to our prediction accuracy real quick. And with that, then we will go to our actual predictions, and we will get Brian's predictions on the LEC podcast for the playoffs. But for our prediction accuracy, I thought some takeaways is you were 8-3 with Team Liquid. I was 14-3. Brian was 14-4. C9, I was 13-2. That's a pretty good requard. You were 9-3, and Brian was 12-1 with C9. I was 9-2 with TSM. You were 10-4. Brian was 8-4. FlyQuest screwed us. I was 5-6. You were 4-8 predicting FlyQuest this year.
I hate that team.
Oh my god! Every time you almost 66% of the time you picked FlyQuest, they lost.
I hate that team.
And then we had Brian at 4-6 as well. None of us had a positive pick rate with FlyQuest this year, which is crazy considering they're a good team. I thought, but man, we could not pick them at all. The better, more superior team, Golden Guardians, 6-4, 5-4, 4-3, barely above 500, but it's above 500. Echo Fox. Oops, I messed that up. I only picked Echo Fox once, sadly, and they lost. So I never picked them again at that point. But yeah, you went 2-1 with Echo Fox, and Brian went 2-2. CLG, the bane of my existence this year. I had a 20% pick rate. That's about almost much of my win rate in the league on my main. 20% pick rate on CLG this year. Yikes. 1-4. They screwed Brian as well at 4-6. You actually picked positive with CLG. You went 3-2. You knew when to pick them.
I knew when to pick them. Pick them against anyone who's not in the top 5.
Well, they beat three of their wins were against top 5, and they only had 5. They only had 7 wins.
Doesn't count.
Optic versus I had 3-3. You had him at 2-3, and Brian had him 3-3. Clutch Gaming, I had him at 3-2. You had him at 3-4. You picked Clutch Gaming a little bit. You believed in that Huni a little bit still. Didn't fan out. Brian had him at 1-2 as well. And finally, 100 Thieves, 3-6, 3-7, and 3-4. I think we learned our lesson. At least I can tell you for sure there won't be any hype around 100 Thieves this summer. There's nothing that team can go out and get that will hype me up for them, honestly. Well, yeah, that's tough to say because they could get like a bunch of good players, but like I feel like I'm not gonna fall for it again.
We're talking about Heart Thieves, right?
Yeah, because it felt like they
Yeah, I
got
don't
some
know.
good players this time. Bang.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know what they could possibly get because I don't think you can pick anything up from any other team that's.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they would need another, like, superstar, pretty much.
yeah. And even then,
And I don't think you're going to get it.
I'd still be very hesitant.
But the problem is, where do you go with it? Like, where
Yeah,
do you put it?
support mid
Yeah, I don't know.
jungle. They have so many holes. There's so many holes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Maybe just bring all of LCK over here. I mean, not LCK, all of T1.
Bring the entire region to fix
Yeah, just
thieves.
bring the whole region over here to fix.
Can Griffin fix 100 Thieves? Let's find out. I would say yes on that one.
I think so.
I would say definitely. Finally, let's go over our end of the season, or not end of the season, but the playoff predictions. I didn't really build anything for this, but we'll just put it right here. So, William, we'll just do a quick William. I'll make this look better in post. William Brock, right here. First series, is it I don't know what the first series is. LCS schedule. Let's find. That's LEC. What are you doing, League? All right, let's look at the schedule here. Saturday, we got primetime game. FlyQuest versus Golden Guardians. 50-50, both of them. Back and forth. This is like a rivalry. They already faced each other 2 times this week. Now they're facing each other in a best of 5. I say FlyQuest wins. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think FlyQuest wins. I'm so sorry, Golden Guardians. You're my favorite. But they win in 3-2, close fight.
Well, I mean, at this point, do we say that FlyQuest has Golden Guardian's number? Like, how
No,
many times have
because it's
they
one and
beaten them?
one. 1-1.
Is it 1-1?
I don't know when. Well, 1-1 was this week, so it could be 2-1.
Yeah.
I don't actually know.
I feel like it's 2-1 FlyQuest. I'm not gonna look back throughout the whole thing to see.
But you're just
But I
gonna
feel,
go with it.
yeah, but I think it's 2-1 FlyQuest.
I
But
want to say
gotta
it's
be
2-1 Golden Guardians, but Golden
what,
Guardians. We'll make this legit. What's your pick, though?
yeah, we'll make it legit. I'm going Golden Guardian
All right.
just because I know I can eventually get you to say Golden Guardians.
I love Golden Guardians so much, but I
There's a
had
hype train we're on, man. Are you willing to give up that hype train while it's in playoffs?
yes, I am.
They made it to playoffs for
I know,
you.
I know.
You stayed on hype trains
But I know,
way longer than that.
I know.
And
But
you give up in playoffs.
NA
This
pole
man.
belter, NA pole belter.
Hey, man. Yeah.
In Wild Turtle against Ole in the bot lane, like, and definitely, I feel like they win in the best of 5. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Golden Guardians for you though, 3-2,
Golden Guardian.
3-1, 3-0.
3-2. I had to think about that one.
Yeah. And by the way, FlyQuest was 2-1 over Golden Guardians. They played in the first game of the year.
I told you.
So that they played in the first game in the final game of the year. Next we have TSM versus Echo Fox. TSM should win this one 3-0. I'm gonna ride. I can't ride the Golden Guardian type train playoffs. I'm gonna ride my Echo Fox hate train till I crash and burn. TSM 3-0.
I got TSM 3-1.
3-1. Okay. I think when it comes to playoffs, the Echo Fox is gonna be exposed. Oh, look, I'm in this spreadsheet twice.
Yep. Have to keep remembering that Rush is on this team.
All right. With that, though, I'd like to thank you guys for coming to watch. This has been an awesome season so far. We've been through 2 whole seasons now. Tomorrow we have LCK to review Week 9 and talk about Week 10. And that will be very exciting because me and Brock are only one game away from each other. And see if I can three-peat. And I've already three-peated. Four-peat because I have LPL. So if I could four-peat with the LCK. Are you going to bring any spicy picks tomorrow, Brock?
Maybe.
I haven't looked at the game chat. You can pick Gennaro over Griffin because I won't pick that.
I think I might.
You'll be thinking about it?
I'm definitely going to think about it.
And yeah, well, thanks for the free win then. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to watch us. I'll see you tomorrow for LCK. Bye.
Bye.